Yes, we are live, everyone. Welcome to episode 24 of Cloudwork. Hello, hello, everyone.
Buddy, how's it going?
What did you say?
Hi.
I said
Hello.
hello, everybody. How's it going?
How's it going? Well, let's. It is going good and bad at the same time. I have had a lot of mountains and um sharp ridges where I fell off, but we can do that in general talk. Uh,
Ah,
yeah,
Good.
because we have an exciting comic we want to talk about today. Because as far as I could see from Ben's reaction, it's a very popular one. What was it called again, Cloud? I have it. I have it up somewhere.
Comic is called, I think it's called Stripes and Spurs, I
Spurs
think.
and Stripes. Yes.
yeah. Stars and stripes.
Uh, yeah,
Yes.
hold on, I do need to check something real quick, because I did talk to the author earlier,
Okay.
and I asked her a question, or them a question. I don't know their gender, to be honest.
Mhm.
But they never got back,
Aw.
so I
Yeah.
reloaded and smacked.
The the authors of this comic are they are two friends.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, they didn't get back to me,
I'm
but
not sure how to
I will.
smoothly, but Red Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not
But
gonna be able to say this smoothly. So they're more or less they're both girls. They are friends, and they make this comic together. That's
Mm.
there you
yeah.
go. Oh, so I will just. They didn't get back to me in time for the episode, but when they do finally get back to me, I will let the good people at home know what they
Or we
say.
have finally found an offer that is too big for us.
Nah.
No, they
I
haven't.
was like again. I'm surprised that we have come this far without none like not co- com- coming back.
Like the two, like the the people we've talked to so far, the two most popular people we've talked to are uh Bree Indigo from Choices, and
Mhm.
now I've talked to this person and those are pretty high ranked. And Choices used to be pretty high up, but
Mhm.
due to like school stuff and stuff going on in real life, he can no longer continue making it as of right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. Uh. Okay, but we want to talk about the comic. What is it about Cloud?
Hmm? So this
Yes.
comic, I really like this one. I found it a while ago, like a couple months back, and I don't know. There's something about the story and the way it's written
Mhm.
that keeps you like grasped the whole time you're reading it.
Mhm.
It was one of the comics that, like, when I started it, I couldn't just like stop reading it. I read it like the whole time.
Mhm.
I was very sad when I finally caught up.
Oh yeah, that you have to wait for the next upload. Yeah.
Yeah, and like so that one is just the story's really gripping. The characters are pretty real, uh, it, at least in my opinion. I really
Mhm.
like the way they interact and talk uh, and even fight and like talk. It's pretty interesting. So the story is like this kid uh, got caught sneaking onto the farm that he's on,
Mm-hmm.
and since he got caught trespassing, the court ordered him to stay at the farm
Mm-hmm.
and like help out for a period
Yeah,
of time.
again, I can't really remember any movies that are like this, but I know that it is the classic thing of it is a classic thing of the spoiled or of the spoiled city brat getting sent to a farm, uh, getting sent to a farm. And they were like, "Ah, this sucks," and all the locals are like chuckling at them, and then for some reason they fall in love uh, with let's see here. And then they fall in love with one of the people at the place. I can't remember, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very much that kind of thing, and like it's more geared toward like, oh, like this person is like emo and uh like has a bunch
Highly.
of like issues with trust and people and stuff like that. Uh, and then like uh the other guy also has issues with like trusting with like people and like it, being close to people. Like he the the other main character is good with like meeting new people and talking with them and working with them, but not so much good with like being close to somebody else. And so it's about the two main characters getting to know each other,
Rick and Kylie.
getting to know each other, and eventually being together.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's a lot of fun talks, like very interesting like backstories that they have. Uh, a lot of
Oh,
fun.
and let's not forget gay cowboys.
It's a gay cowboy. And then there's that like.
Gay cowboys.
There's also
Yes.
very
Yes.
early on they deal with like one guy on the ranch that turns out to be homophobic, but he goes away pretty quickly.
He punches Kylie because he finds out that Kylie is gay, but then Kimrick, who is the boss of the ranch, fires that guy, and then fires that guy later. But more or less, Kylie tells Kimrick that he punched him because he was gay, and then this great moment where then Kimrick says, "Well, at least we have something in common."
Yeah, and like
I love that moment.
it it's a good moment of like them clashing heads for so long that eventually like
They eventually found something they share
and
between each other, and
the
even
best
though being gay is not like the same thing as having a mutual hobby, it's still a big thing.
usually in these kind of comics the best scenes are when the couples are interacting and being cute with each other, but in this one the best scenes are when it's just the two characters like on horseback or just walking and just like talking about stuff like
Yeah.
eventually.
Either riding on horseback or riding each other.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean there's like three just so everyone knows, because this is a mature comic, there are at least three sex scenes, at least three.
Yeah. We have
And like none of them are really like graphic. It's mostly like it's yeah. There is genitals and there is much hot abs, but
Yeah,
mostly it's just like the most of the action just like put off. It's
yeah, I'll be right
almost
back. You guys
like
continue.
yeah.
it's it is almost like let's see here. It's almost like someone just pulling a curtain and everything goes away, but first
Mm,
we like see the action start,
yes.
and that's all we see.
Yeah, I just want to call out a bruh who was like, "Oh, I'm going to read it," and then he's like, "Oh no, never mind. I opened the first page and boom, there's a penis." Which is entirely
Who?
true.
What?
Yeah, yeah, the first page. Kylie is showering and nothing is censored.
Wait, so who, what?
Yeah, did you see
Who
the
said
first
what?
page? Bruh. Bruh is in
Let's
the
see.
chat on the on our lovely Twitch. When you said 3 sex scenes, my Windows crashed. But it's all registered as mature content, so you first have to verify that you want to see it, and that you actually have to attach your account to
The
it in
first
order.
page has a PP.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
We did not warn you. I'm sorry. We forgot about the fact that there was a penis on the first page, completely like in there in your face. But
Yeah, but
all
if you are like, oh God, not a penis, and you're reading a BL story, what?
no, but nah, that's not, like I was also when I started reading it, I was also they're already starting with that thing. Okay, okay. But and then at a certain moment there was mature content, and what I said just off stream was, for some reason, um if I open a mature content page, the genitals are still blurred for me. Like, it's just like one blob of flashy color. Well, for a lovely Ben here and for Cloud, it's not, and I am kind of pissed about that. I mean, I am the
Well,
one.
well, hmm,
Like, why is it blurry
this
for me?
is not. Let me tapas. No, tapas.
Mm-hmm.
You should read on Smack Jeeves instead.
Oh, I should read it on Smack Jeeves. So here you have it, guys. If you want to see like uncensored stuff, go to Smack Jeeves instead of Tapas.
Yeah, the for the good stuff.
It's very really good stuff. Is there you go.
The good stuff.
I
The good
think
stuff.
like so. I think Cloud is absent for like a little while. So what do you like the most about this comic, Ben?
About. Hmm. Hmm. I'm mainly just trying to figure out what this kind of story, what other like stories like this are out,
Mm-hmm.
like on like film. I'm trying to remember because I just remember like like someone in very pristine boots getting mud all over them, like, this sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, just like that. Okay, let's see. Yep, yeah. Yeah, you should definitely go to Smack Dave's darling.
Okay.
These blobs of stuff won't do.
Yeah, it was just blob. Even though it was mature content, it was still blobs. And I'm like, oh, why are these
Yeah, but you could
blobs?
also have looked in the let's see here in the description, because all is uncensored on the comic site, and then a link. Come on,
Mm,
darling, be a little bit more attentive.
yeah. Ah, wow. I to talk about the comic again. I really like the art style. I like how they do the lines and how they color the characters. there is a lot of detail. Not talking about like the uncensored stuff because for me it's only a blur. But in most instances, every panel is very clear. There's a lot of detail. Fine lines are used. It's something that I really like. Um, the like Cloud and Ben said, the characters are natural. The thing that I think could be a bit better is that some of the text cloud. So when they are talking, it's sometimes
The
not
text boxes.
the text boxes. They are sometimes not clear to me who is saying what because there's so many texts in one thing and there's a conversation going on in one thing. So there
You
is.
have to look at like the arrows pointing at who is
Mm-hmm.
doing who, what.
Who is doing who? Very nice. But
So, well, who is doing who? I think that Kimrick is doing Kylie.
but yeah, but sometimes if there's a lot of text, um, the text boxes are becoming a bit confusing every now and then. For the rest, the text itself is really good. Um, sometimes I think the story is pacing really well. I don't know how many months did he have to work to pay it off. Actually, Ben, do you know that?
How much? Okay, let's see here. Let's go to the first chapter.
From what
Let's
I
get
can,
ready to rumble.
Welcome
what
back,
I can,
Cloud.
yeah, from what I can gather, like either this comic was probably started before they posted it on Smack Jeeves due to the fact of the length of them at first.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like they wanted to they catch everyone up
Mm-hmm.
with it, so they posted a bunch of the like chapters as a big
He is
thing.
there for 5 months.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I I
And I
I
am hoping that what would be the most romantic fucking ending ever, and in a romantic ending ever, is that he's like, I ain't leaving.
mm-hmm.
Like, what? Yeah, my service is up, but not to this doofus.
But
Well,
yes.
one comment I can make on the art style, for some reason, I really like the makeup they use on, like,
Kylie.
on the main character. For some
Mm-hmm.
reason, I always liked
Kylie.
how the eyes looked on Kylie.
Yeah. Kylie has a bit of a goth look on him. That was very cool as well.
Most recently, we in the story we had his old friend show up, and
Mm-hmm.
like they were smoking in the barn again,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "Hey man." At first, like he was happy to see his friends, but now that he's grown to care about the
He's
farm,
like, yeah, you
he
gotta go. You like really fucked up a calf before, so yeah, you better go.
Mm-hmm.
And they
and
were.
the thing was Kylie
It
wasn't even being rude
explains.
like at all. He was just like, "Hey guys, look, now that I gotten to be here for a while, you guys, we fucked up a calf last time we were here. So if we could we move the smoking somewhere else?"
Yeah.
Like kind of a like way, like not trying to be rude because he likes his friends, but also at the same time wanting to defend where he is now.
Mm-hmm.
And they get mad,
Yes.
and a fight ensues, and then a fire starts, and Kylie gets burned in the fire,
Yes. Well,
and
he's near the
and for a while,
fire, like very near the fire.
so he gets like third-degree burns or something like that, and
Yeah.
like
He had second degree burns, and they would check in the hospital for the third degree burns, but he was kind of bad indeed.
and for a while, like they you don't know if they think that Kylie did it on purpose. You don't know how
Well,
everyone feels at first, and then like just recently did we finally get like, oh no, we know you didn't do it. He was just scared because he got hurt.
Mm-hmm. Ben?
this is a
And
sweet moment where like, thanks for caring.
yeah, like everything's kind of back to normal.
Yes.
He still can't work on the farm yet because of his burns, but
Injuries, and then comes the kooky female sidekick who's like, "Hello, I'm going to be your nurse, and and there's some pristine man meat on this ranch. Ain't that? Ain't that
if I'm
true,
being
huh,
honest,
Kylie?"
if I'm being honest, if
And then
like
she's like,
if
"And
my
I
nurse,
want to get with Kim," and he's like, "Ah, nah, 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 nah."
Okay, Ben.
I'm being honest, if there was a nurse coming and acting like that that's supposed to be taking care of me, be like, yeah, hello, can I get a more professional nurse, please?
Mm-hmm.
No, I would I would be fine with it, but I was just like, fuck off, that boy is mine first. Then everything would just be cool beans.
Well, yeah.
Uh,
I don't know if they have a lot of options there because uh, they are in Texas, are they? Somewhere
I
like
think
Yeah,
far from the like busy urban
they're
world.
in Austin. They're in Austin, not
Yeah.
Texas.
Ah,
Austin.
okay, okay. Did
isn't
one?
Austin in Texas.
You're
But
asking me, a
uh,
Dutch European
you are the
girl.
American here, Cloud.
Yeah,
Why don't you
that's
find
in
out yourself, state
Austin,
boy?
Texas.
uh,
Austin, Texas is a thing. So yeah, it's Texas. You're both right.
Yay! I was
Okay, Austin
right.
is a city in Texas. Damn it.
Although the first thing I find when I type in Austin is Austin Powers.
Yeah. When I first typed it in, what came up was, let's see here, Austin Food Works.
Okay, so it is in Texas. So there are like very large
Yeah,
farms there, right?
it's the capital of Texas.
Oh,
Both right.
okay.
You both win.
Yay. Okay, we have
But
4 to 6 more minutes for the comic. Is there something like you really liked, Cloud, about this comic?
honestly, I like the story a lot. I like the talking. I like the communication. I like it's how it feels like real people.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like a show almost. Uh, and like it's really good. Everyone's got their own like backstories and like already planned out and like got their own stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
All the cowboys that aren't like the main love interest are also interesting and mostly nice. And like so it's even fine when like he's with somebody else. It's still really good. The main character grows really well, and it like starting hating the farm and then growing to kind of like it,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's a very interesting and compelling story, and that's what I like most about it.
Okay. Is there something that you don't like about it?
It's hard to say.
It comes down to
Hmm.
nitpicking at that point. The kind of stuff
Okay.
I don't like,
And what?
like I
Yeah.
guess I guess sometimes it can be a little slow, like
Mm-hmm.
story wise, uh, but that's about the only thing I can think of.
Okay. And one last question. What did you think about the fact that there was one of the farmers who was anti-gay and it was like really obvious and they ended up in a fight. What do you think about that subplot?
I think it's important to have uh it's important to have some kind of conflict, and
Mm-hmm.
that being one of the first ones is what helped like them grow as characters. Like it showed Kylie that like even though he's gay, that like the other people on the ranch don't care,
Mm-hmm.
and they're fine with that, and which made him
Mo- There's
which
this cowboy that comes from out of state, and Uh, and when he finds out that Kylie is gay, he's like, I've never seen a queer before.
Yeah, let's Cloud talk.
But like everyone's pretty accepting, and that
Mm-hmm.
makes it a lot easier for Kylie to trust everyone more.
Yeah.
And it's a really good. It was a really good way to like Kylie to like take the wall down a little bit
Yes.
that he had. That's a pretty obvious trope in gay comics at this point, but
Mm-hmm.
it worked. They did it really well, in my opinion. He even shows up later for like a bar fight scene.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, that is like the
Um,
one where I mainly remember him from. Because that is like, yeah, that's mostly what I kind of, that is like the most powerful moment with him, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I liked the fact that this plot was in there as well. Like I don't know much about Texas, but um, I do know that Texas is not the most progressive one state when it comes to
No, no,
homosexuality.
no, no.
Uh,
That's like one of the worst.
so
I think. I
I
believe.
yeah, so I did
North
like
South is bad.
the subplot in there that indeed there are people who do not agree with the fact that someone is homosexual or like not heterosexual. I like that fact uh, that they put in there. Um, okay, so we're ending the comic part. How do you rate this, Cloud?
I give this comic a 9 out of 10.
A 9 out of 10. Nice. Okay.
I rate this a solid, extremely solid cowboy dick out of 10.
Well, I didn't see that one except for page one, so I have to go to Smack Jeeves. I will count this as an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed really much the art style and the pacing, and I like this comic a lot. So it was good. Yeah. Yeah, lovely. And Cloud, you will keep in touch with us if the author or authors come back to you with the question, right? With the answer.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So let's go to news. Is there any news happening with you guys?
So I do got something.
Yes.
I do got movie news
Movie
that's been
news.
breaking all week.
Mhm.
Uh, so the guys who made Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
They were
Yes.
slated to make the next three Star Wars movies after this one.
What? They're
Oh.
making a. Ah, no.
It was gonna be set uh, in the very beginning of everything. So they had like room to like make their own kind of characters and do their own kind of
Yeah.
thing, and but at the same time,
Mhm.
the Star Wars, but so they left. Now they're not doing that. There are theories going around, and I will share those.
Okay.
The first one being at also around the same time that they quit. A little before that, they were announced to have a huge Netflix deal,
Ah.
and so like it's pretty much like in the official statement they're like, oh yeah, we can't do two things at once, so we're gonna do Netflix,
Mhm.
which is weird because they like left Game of Thrones pretty quickly so they could do Star Wars, but now they're not.
Oh.
um and so like people are like, oh okay, um that's interesting. And then the other, but they're like the Star people at Star Wars like, oh, when they finish up Netflix, they can come back if they really want to. But what we think is happening also is that the people over at Disney were like, hey, we don't. want to have these people working for us after the backlash of Game of Thrones,
Mm-hmm.
and 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 right now Disney's having hell of a trouble with directors
Mm-hmm.
in in Star Wars. It seems like they want to have like a set like script, like and like not change anything about it, and like basically be very limiting on creative control.
Mm-hmm.
And when they looked at that, they were the two guys were probably like, "Hey, so we just came off of Game of Thrones, and people did not like that. People did not like the last season,
True.
and 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 if we jump into this Star Wars thing, if people don't like that, then we'll get tanked on as like directors, and
Mm-hmm.
we don't know if we want that." And so they probably left because of that.
Okay.
Because Star like every Star Wars film, especially the side films, have like lost the directors and then gotten new ones,
Mm-hmm.
like more than once during the film process. Which, as you all can tell, that's not good for the movie.
No, it's
It's
not.
why it's why Rogue One isn't that great. It's why Solo has problems. It's why, you know, The Last Jedi has issues. It's
Mm-hmm.
just because like they wanted to like do one script and like not have someone have creative control over it. Uh, and so there's that. And then there was just like the people at Disney not wanting them because of all the backlash they've been getting recently, and they got that Netflix deal without telling them,
Mm-hmm.
and so they were probably like, all right, that's done. So, but we actually don't know what's gonna happen anymore because like there was another trilogy by a different guy that was gonna come out after, but they haven't said if that's been moved up or
Mm.
if or what's going on. So right now, Star Wars is on fire.
Yeah.
Uh, the only thing they got is The Mandalorian, which is a show going to come out on Disney Plus,
Mm-hmm.
and then um, after that there's the Obi-Wan series. But that's about it for Star Wars.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, Star Wars is a dumpster fire sometimes.
And so that's what's going on with movies. Also, Spider-Verse 2 got
Ah,
announced.
yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. I saw a tweet coming out about
I haven't
Spider-Verse.
even seen the first one.
You should actually.
Really good.
Yeah, you talked for like a half an episode about it once.
Yeah, but Spider-Verse
It's
is
excellent.
good. Yeah. We don't.
Not coming out till
Yeah.
2022. And
But
me
this
and my
is an
friends were
animated
talking
movie. What do you think? But
about it, and we were
yeah,
just
but
like, I would have much preferred them announce it at like the end of 2020 or the beginning of 2021. That way, I don't have to
Mhm.
like wait for 3 years for that movie.
Yeah.
Uh,
yeah, but
uh,
yeah, but at least they're giving us a release date. I'm still waiting for Banlord.
Mm.
there's there's a lot. Uh, like people are very excited for it, but we know nothing. All we got was like a logo like changing, and the the just the release date and the year.
At
That's
least,
it.
yeah. At least they don't show a black, like in Fortnite, a black hole with a like nothing in there. So you can wait and look at one black hole or a changing logo, and then for a year or something. But
We've already like
yeah.
taken screenshots of the different like designs that it changes into and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So what did come out during this week has been Hotel, if you know about that one. Do you guys know Has Been Hotel?
No, we talked about it like 2 episodes ago. I still don't know.
You still don't know?
Well, it was a short It's a show that's been in the works for like a couple years now.
Yes.
Uh, and like the first episode finally came out. Like they don't have any company behind them. It was just a group of people making this animation.
Yes.
They probably recorded those lines like 2 years ago. Uh, it just animation takes time, especially with how lively they decided to make it.
Yes.
And it's good. It there's a lot of possibilities with it. The first episode was pretty solid. Uh, I'm excited to see the radio demon like
Yeah,
turn
Alistar.
into a good guy eventually.
Alistar
That
is a nice one. I think you like him, Ben. I think you like Alistar. I also think you like Angel Dust
everyone does.
because he's like openly sexually gay. Angel Dust is like
Yes, I like that.
yeah,
But
he is called Angel Dust. He's farting sprinkles, so he's probably one of your favorite guys.
yes, he's very
Like
feminist, I
he's
guess.
like
Yeah.
a trans man that like
Yeah, he's the
is
spider-like
also a porn
trans man.
star.
Yeah, porn star as well. Yeah. This
What?
it is for
Yeah.
mature audience. Let's say that there is nothing like really specific, but there is vile language, sexual jokes, all kind of stuff. But it is real funny. So I really recommend you watching it. It is not really grim. It is very colorful. It's very bright. Even though it's about hell.
Songs, it's a musical.
It's a musical, so yeah, you should
Oh
like it.
no!
Yeah, like I thought.
Oh, do you know what's going to happen now?
We hope you are
Do you
going
know
to like
what's going
it.
to happen now? Casting Call Club is going to get flooded with musicals of this thing. Just what happened for some reason with let's see here.
Well, Undertale
Um,
got some.
no, let's see. Cuphead. There was so many like musical stuff
Mm-hmm.
about Cuphead on CCC after it came out. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean
It
that's
has
good.
been it's a 30-minute episode, which for a first episode is pretty long.
Yeah.
I doubt the rest of them are gonna be like that.
No.
But it has a lot of story potential that I'm excited about.
Yes.
A lot of character potential. People changing over time. The premise is good. I'm excited.
Yeah, the characters look very appealing. They're very bright and colorful and lovely. So yeah, it also gives me hope that I can one day make my animation complete and put it out somewhere. Yeah. So yeah, that was very good. I also have some other news, but Ben, do you have any news you want to share in our news corner?
No.
No.
Well, yes, I've had like a week of yeah, I have a autumn break now, so
Uh-huh.
I've had the week off school. The only thing, as soon as last last weekend started, I started to feel a little bit drowsy, and I've more or less spent the whole break combating a cold.
Aww. That's sad
Being
news.
sick during break, a classic.
It is a really classic. You usually get sick during like weekends and when you're off work or school because then you sort of relax and then you notice that you're sick. Basically that's the reason why you're
Amen.
usually sick in that kind of periods.
That also means usually, for me anyway, when I get sick, it's not for like one day. It's for like 2 or 3. So sometimes I have to call work for that
Yeah.
and just like rest.
Yeah. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about in news, maybe you've heard about it. It's called something like Team Trees.
Team Tree.
Yes. Have you looked into that team trees.
I haven't looked in it too deeply. I just know a lot of big YouTubers are talking about it right now, and what I think it is like a bunch of people donating to have trees
Mm-hmm.
planted, and a bunch of
Team
them.
trees. Yeah, hashtag team trees. Mr. Breeze wants to plant a lot of trees, so he wants to rake in $10 million to be able to plant 10 million trees.
And no, double that.
Um,
It's 20
What?
million trees.
What? No, God. Hmm.
It's doing very well, and like I'm glad. Although in Oregon, where I live, trees are everywhere. You cannot walk somewhere without seeing a tree.
Yeah.
So I have plenty of trees.
Yeah, so they better be
They have
somewhere
already
else.
12 million trees planted, so
Yes.
well, that's the thing.
Well, okay,
When they say
let's be
12
clear.
million
The,
trees
what,
planted, they don't
the,
mean that literally. They mean that they will be able to. Because what
Yes.
they mean by they have planted 12 million trees, they have gotten $12 million, and $1 equals one tree. So they will, yeah, in the future when they get all the money, plant all those trees.
Yeah, Cloud.
which is awesome. Which is
Yes.
awesome. I want to be clear, by the way, that only like the West Coast, really, the like coast part of Oregon,
Mm-hmm.
it has trees. Like the more west you go,
Mm-hmm.
the less trees and more desert there is. I've never been to that part of Oregon, but I hear it's all desert out there, and I don't want to do
Okay.
that.
Well, I am following Team Trees a bit, especially on Twitter. When you see like who is planting the most trees, that is actually very interesting because suddenly all like the big names are in there. Elon Musk planted 1 million trees. Mr. Beast himself has planted 200,000 trees. Ukraine, 50,000 trees apparently. The odd ones out, 33,333 trees. Jade Animation, 20,000 trees. Jacksepticeye, 20,000 trees. And I think Jacksepticeye even held a
Live stream.
a
The
stream.
stream, yeah.
So I think this
Yeah,
will
you
be
did.
more than these 20,000 streams
I
trees.
think Mark did it too. I
Mm-hmm.
think PewDiePie also did it. Everyone's been doing it.
Yes.
Elon Musk, 1 million.
Yeah. Elon Musk is going at
Who
it
Jack
again.
Dorsey is? Let's see.
Meme Lord himself.
Yeah. And there are some big names and there are
Who is
CEOs.
Meme Lord?
Elon Musk is meme lord. I mean, have you
Okay.
heard about the fact that he really want to create cat girls?
Who is
In real life.
Catgirl?
Elon Musk wants to create genetically engineered cat girls, like anime cat girls. There,
Oh God,
there is a real
Oh,
TED
no.
talk about this. I kid you not. There's a real TED talk about this. Go look it up. Elon Musk.
TED Talk even.
A TED talk. Yeah, look it up. It's cat
Told you
girls.
he's a meme lord.
Yeah, he
He's like-
is
Oh,
a
He's
true
super
meme
smart
lord.
and has the ability to make anything he wants, and he has chosen cat girls and
Yes.
cars.
He's very smart.
And
so for
space.
some, but
Working on a
that's
train.
super dumb. That's
He's-
so
he's
dumb.
working-
Of course, he knows that. At the moment, you can't make a sentient being.
Don't worry about it. He's got you. Now
Yeah.
cloning's a thing, so
Yeah, give us
Yeah,
the
but
cat
he
girls.
can't. He knows that the technology is just not there.
No, but
Well, he
he's
is building-
developing it. That's the
Yes.
thing.
And also, he's making a train to get us from like country to country underground in a
Mhm.
couple of hours. That way, it eliminates like long flights and things like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
How
gonna be
will we
dope.
not get compressed to shit by the G forces?
He's working on it.
He will break the laws of physics.
Oh, it's the same thing though as like pilots and like in planes and things like that. It just like people are that's like the main concern is G-forces. So if you figure, I mean, there's a light rail in like Japan that zooms the fuck around, dude. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's real fast. So
Yeah.
it's probably
Real
taking that
fast.
concept. It's probably taking that
Goes
concept
faster than
and,
that
like,
Sonic kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
magnetically. So there's no like
yeah.
there's no like resistance.
Oh,
Go.
just make a. He just makes a fucking a rail gun, but a train, a rail train. Wait, that sounds stupid. That sounds stupid.
Also, the CEO of Shopify,
I'm excited. I'm
Tobias
excited to see what
Lütke,
happens.
has how many did he donate? 1,000,001 trees because Toby Lütke wanted to beat Elon Musk, basically.
Who is Toby Lutke?
Tobias Lütke is a German-born Canadian billionaire and the founder and CEO of Shopify. Remember Shopify? Shopify
Founder
is
and CEO of
like
what?
the Shopify. Oh, you guys, it's like it is one of the main websites where you shop.
Oh.
What?
It's an
I
it's an
have not heard of
You know-
this.
because
Hey man, if he's not trying to make cat girls, he is a win.
yeah, it's Shopify. It's a retail system, e-commerce. Like, yeah, but he's like a real billionaire. So yeah. And I donated 20 trees, so I am completely for this. I hope they actually made it all come true and plant these 20 million trees somewhere in this world where they're not cut down, at least for like
Somewhere
20 to
that
40
needs
years.
them too. Somewhere
Yeah.
that can support the trees and that needs them. Because you gotta think when the tree goes big, is it gonna affect like the surrounding area? Is it gonna affect the tree next to it? So like you can't just plop a tree right next to where like a good distance away from another tree. You got to like think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also hope they have some diverse ecosystem in mind because only putting down one tree in a large area is not good for your ecosystem. Yeah, you
Yeah.
need to have like multiple kinds of trees. So I really hope
Like,
that, like
add
something is working.
more trees of the indigenous populace of
Also, maybe
like like a 5 million tree forest getting 50,000 more trees of the indigenous species. That's fine. I would think, but like just. Let's
Oh.
just plop down 20 million trees, 20 million
You know what's
oak
good?
trees in the middle of Maine.
I'm gonna
That
put
will
a
be
maple
good.
tree right here.
What did you say, Cloud?
I was like, I'm gonna put a maple tree right here, then a pine next to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would probably be fine, but still.
Yeah.
It's
A pine,
maybe,
then a palm tree, then we have some.
maybe some.
And then we have some palm trees that make palm oil, palm oil, so I can make some profit out of this shit. He's gonna plant a palm so we can take the palm oil.
So I would like if they also did any like trees that were like going extinct and using this to like make more of it. I don't know if there are any trees that are, but it's possible.
Well, there is like a very rare type of tree on like one of the Grand Canary Islands or something. No, not that, but it's like a very old tree that has been on the planet for millions of years. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
But
More or less,
time,
yeah, but.
Is it time for general talk?
We have about 8 minutes, but we can go to general talk.
No, like if we're still in news, we can still do news. I just was curious.
We have like 8 minutes, so if you have
Okay.
something more, that's okay.
Um, 2 was announced, and it seems like they're finally gonna make the
What?
story-based game that they wanted to make.
Hmm.
There's a trailer
Wait,
for
so
it.
Overwatch 2 is not like Overwatch?
Well, I think it's gonna be different and like do because like Overwatch 1 was made because they didn't have the budget to make a movie,
Mm-hmm.
but they had a budget to make a game.
What?
Uh,
What?
yeah.
What does a team shooter have anything with a movie?
Have you seen any of the like um the really good actually animations for it
Yeah.
that have also come out?
Yeah, of course, them, yeah, but what does, like,
Those were the
making a game because I wanted to make a movie, what?
oh see like
If they
that
made
was the thing. Overwatch is
the...
a if you let me speak, I could tell you.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, Daddy.
Uh, so basically they wanted to make a movie.
Yeah.
They had a budget for it, but an animated movie, especially like that quality, takes a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did, they took their resources and went to Blizzard and told Blizzard about it. And they're like, if you make it a game and make some money for it, then you can like do what you want with it.
Oh yeah.
And so they made it. They made it a game, and as you know, it became very successful.
Yes.
What I bought it like twice. I have it. I had it on PS4, and now I have it on my Switch.
Nice.
So like it's a real good game, and people loved it. It like boom, it saved the competitive gaming industry. Um, it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And so as the
It
years went
is.
on, they put out a little bit of the animations for like backstory stuff at the same time as releasing new characters
Mm-hmm.
and new stuff for the game, patching, all that. And finally, they reached a point where they made so much money off of it that they could either make a movie or just do another game. And I guess they decided to make another game, which is going to
Yeah.
be, which is just going to be, I think it's going to be more story based.
Mm-hmm.
Like different types of missions, different types of stuff to do, um, like an actual focus
Mm-hmm.
now, which I'm happy about because we knew they were doing something because a while back they hired a bunch of story writers,
Mm-hmm.
and so we knew something was happening. And every now and again, we'd get like an event in the game that would lead into story. Be like, there was one where you play as something called Black Watch, which was a secret like group that like was around to like assassinate
Mm. Okay.
like certain people
Yeah.
and things like that. Like so, we've gotten a little hints of things here and there, but we haven't seen what happened. You know the opening of Overwatch. Have you guys seen that at least?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
I have the game. I haven't played it for like 2 years. Uh, well, but
uh,
yeah, I've seen a lot of
the opening
animations.
the opening animation is actually we haven't seen anything beyond that. Like we don't know what happened when Winston. We haven't seen what happened after Winston called everybody again.
Mm-hmm.
Like we haven't seen that.
Well, we could only
Uh,
imagine that it's the game.
yeah, but the game is very like it's very weird because it seems to be more like a simulation because they'll make comments when you die,
Mm-hmm.
then when they come back, like oh let's just do that again. Uh, so
Yeah,
like
but still, it's
it seemed like it doesn't seem like because like the whole thing is supposed to be like robots are coming back again, but you're not fighting them, you're fighting your other people. So
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah. It is interesting. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm very excited to see what Overwatch 2 back when it come out for like a year or something, just because
Mm-hmm.
they just re-released it on Switch. But we'll see.
Yeah.
It is only $40. Also, Luigi Mansion 3 came out
I
on
saw. Yeah.
Halloween, and I've been playing it. It's pretty good.
Ah, it looked cute.
I like Luigi's Mansion 1 is like my favorite game of all time. It's one of the few games I know speedrun strats for.
Oh, okay.
And I really like that game. So I'm very glad the third one was pretty good.
Yeah, that is really good. Yeah. Okay. Was that the news? We have like 2 minutes, otherwise we go to general talk.
That was all the news from me.
Yeah, all the news from me too. Ben as well?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to general talk then. Who wants to start with general
Right.
talk?
Did you go to the NSP concert?
Yes, I did! I
Because
did!
I went to
Oh,
one and I wanted to see the
God.
similarities.
Ninja sex party.
Yeah, sex party.
For me, when I went
Mhm.
to the NSP concert, they opened by dimming cutting the lights and starting with the NSP theme song.
Yes.
And oh man, that moment is top 10 moments of my life right there. That was dope.
Well, let me start. Let me start from the start, right? So it was in the Melkweg, Amsterdam, and I know Amsterdam not that well, and I was like, well, I go by my own car because I don't want to go all through Amsterdam on my own in the dark around midnight. I just don't want to do that. That's creepy as fuck. So I go by my car. I go through the fucking center of Amsterdam, which is creepy as hell, with or without a car. Let me tell you. People are walking everywhere. Nobody is paying attention to whether there is a street or not, whether there is a canal or not. It's like chaos. Like everywhere you can find tourists who are or drunk or are smoking weed, which is actually not possible because it's actually sort of against the law to smoke weed outside, or like they're just not paying attention to this big bright red car that I'm in. So I had to drive very carefully to the center. I finally found
Come on, man.
Yeah, I found one spot that was 50 meters from the Melkweg itself. So can you imagine, like Amsterdam is completely filled with cars, and I find a spot like a couple of feet away. It cost me 40 euros to park there for the entire evening, which is like $50. But I was like, I don't care. I just go there. And I
I don't even care. I just want to.
yeah, it's safe. It's close. It's nearby. Let's do that. And I go there. I see the line to get into the establishment, and it walks and it goes all through the street. It bends off to the other street, and halfway the other street I could finally like cut in line, and then within 15 minutes the entire street was filled with other people, and it went through another corner as well. So it was completely sold out, meaning there were 1,500 people waiting for the doors to open. There were 1,500 people in line to get inside into that establishment. 1,500 people is maybe not that much, but for me it was a lot, and people were just like asking, "Where are you going? Why are you waiting in line for? What is the band that you're waiting for?" And we were like, "It's Ninja Sex Party," and all the people who don't know Ninja Sex Party is like, what the fuck? What the fuck is Ninja Six Party? It's a band.
Even Dan says he doesn't like say the name
Yeah.
of his band usually when he talks to people. He's like, I'm in a comedy band.
Yeah. I mean, Ninja Sex Party is just like, if you want to confuse people, just say Ninja Sex Party, and it's like, what?
Yeah, mostly I would say just because it has the word sex in it.
Yeah.
It was just like it was just ninja something party. I think it was like not
NSP.
Yeah, NSP is also good. Yeah. So it took me, I think, 45 minutes to get in. I was there before the doors opened. So like 15 minutes waiting before the doors opened, and then half an hour before I could actually get in. And I actually made a gift for them but I wasn't able to give the gift to them, which was very sad. But I'll come to about that later. The band that was playing before Nia Six Party was called Planet Booty. They are
Planet what?
Planet Booty. If you like Nia Six Party, also check out Planet Booty. They were great.
Yeah, well,
They were lovely.
did
The
Twerp play at all?
Twerp was there. They came after Planet Booty and they played a couple of their own songs before the New Sex Party actually arrived.
I don't know what it is, but I just didn't like Twerp. Like,
No?
it's not that I hate their music per se. It's just like with my like autism and the different like levels of in a live concert, the different levels of like of the music changing constantly. Like it really
Yeah.
got to me.
Okay, yeah, I love their
Mm.
stage presence. I really love their
They're
presence on
cool.
stage.
I love their costumes. I
Yes,
love their like what they're going for. I do like the band. It's just like I
yes.
personally can't handle their music. But my friend who was with me when we went ended up buying that Twerp CD
Ah, nice.
because he.
What is a what?
Twerp is also a band. It's from Canada, and it stands for Tupperware Party. But because Tupperware is a copyright issue, they are now called Twerp.
Yeah, and
So that
basically,
yeah, that's died.
basically they were basically the Ninja Six Party's band at this point.
Yes.
Like, because to do live events, you need the rest of the. You can't just use the piano that Ninja Brian knows how to play.
Nah.
You have to uh do
Yeah, you
you have
need
to
a
have a
bit
whole band.
more.
So
Yeah.
Twerp signed on to be like their traveling band with them. That way
Yes.
they can do their tours at the same time as they do NSP's tours,
Yes.
which is great for them because
Yeah.
I believe they use Aaron's touring company. I think.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah. So the Danny and Brian came on with the theme song. Of course, there was a little animation about the dinosaur trying to kill the world. But yeah, that was just a little in the background. Um,
they played a pretty they played in with mine they played a how Ninja Brian and Ninja Brian and Danny like became friends animation
oh
when
no.
with mine that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I wanted to see that too. Mine was just
I,
like a dinosaur. And later on, there was a little animation where Danny was fighting the robot dinosaurs. Basically, that was the animation, which was fun. Um, one of the big surprises was that they played "We Built This City on Rock and Roll," which came out
they
yesterday.
released
Yeah, so
yeah
they played that one, and the thing that I also really liked was that they played "Release the Kraken," where Brian was running off stage, changing clothes, and came back with a uh, octopus hat and a T-shirt that says "Let's get Kraken," and he was singing, and that was just great. I love the fact that he wasn't mute for that one song anymore. That was very funny.
the NSP concert is really fun. They get to do stuff that they normally don't do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we got to hear the Ninja Brian and his affinity for uh like Jamaican jams, which is
Yeah.
like something they hinted at in one of the songs in NSP. We don't really see again, but in concert they do a lot of like mini joke songs.
Yeah, it was very funny indeed. It was lovely. And so yeah, but I couldn't give my gift that I made. It was kind of a booklet with the fan art that I made on the cover and all the song lyrics that I made for Nia Sex Party in there. Handwritten by me with ink. It was like a lot of work. I spent like hours and hours on it, not mentioning like the hours on the painting and the hours on making the lyrics, and I just couldn't get it anywhere. There was no gift point, and the merch store was so overcrowded I couldn't even reach there. It was like not a I was not able to do that. So I actually, like, with a lot of support from my good friend Kyrotech, Trent, I actually mailed them, and I put everything digitally, and I gave it to them digitally. So I hope they really like it. So yeah,
That's awesome. I
yeah,
usually do appreciate that kind of sort of stuff.
yeah. So
Um,
yeah.
and
Um,
what what songs did they play?
well, they started with the theme, and they did Cool Patrol, of course, without
Good
the
one.
parts of Jacksepticeye in there. They did You Spin Me Round, like a record baby. They sang.
Yeah. That cover is awesome.
Yes, so that one. So, Release the Kraken, they did. Yeah, Release the Kraken. They did Unicorn Wizard, which was cool.
Really? Well, that's awesome.
I love that one. They did Danny Don't You Know, of course, which was amazing.
I was one of the first people that got to hear that because it was
Ooh.
like it was like a secret like that they hadn't released yet that was in the
Mm.
works, and they're like they didn't even have the video yet when they like played it. They just had a bunch of pictures of Danny
Oh,
up on the screen,
that
and
must be
like as they were
magical.
singing it,
That must have been magical to hear that for the
it
first
was
time. Because I love,
it
love,
was
love
great.
that song. It's so amazing. It really touches my heart. Every time I hear it,
Good.
and it was really something. Yeah, and of course we built this city, like I said, and the rest I don't remember anymore. But
And
those were the
they didn't they didn't play my favorite, which is 3 Minutes of Ecstasy, but they didn't
yeah.
play it, and I'm sad.
3 Minutes of Ecstasy was also
They,
cool.
they on the first album anymore.
Yeah.
I think Unicorn Wizard's on the first album, but like yeah, but that was like insanely popular.
Yes, but I love that one too. Uh,
And
I They also didn't do Why I Cry, which is one of my favorites. But because it's a ballad and it's so ridiculous. Why I
I really
Cry.
like I really like Date Night is really good and
Hmm.
Heart Boner is really good.
They did Hard Boner. Yeah, they did Hard Boner.
Oh, god damn! I would have loved to hear that one live.
Yeah, that was really cool. I forgot about it. How did I forget about that one? Anyway, so yeah. Okay, so that was like my thing. One of the things that happened to me that wasn't really fun, that my drawing tablet broke, so I cannot draw or animate or do anything right now. Uh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah. Well, but the good news is, like, we checked everything. My stepdad and I, my mom. We cannot fix it, but my mom decided to buy me a Cintiq 16, so that's like amazing. Like,
You're just excited to get it.
he did, yeah. I get it probably on Monday or Tuesday. It's like,
Get what?
yay. A Wacom Cintiq is one of like
Big
the finer drawing tablets on the market. Like, I think professional
Yeah.
people use, basically, with a whole screen and everything.
Professional people? I don't know that.
Yeah, so I'm really, really excited to get that one. It's probably an early birthday present because it's a lot of money. But yeah, it's so good. So yeah, so that was my story that I wanted to tell in general talk. Which is more than enough because there's still 16
Oh,
minutes left.
yeah, I wanted to hear because I loved my NSB
Mm-hmm.
concert experience. Uh, it's just one of my favorite bands, and
Yes.
like our openers were little Chris, who I think his name is, which he does. He's been in like uh uh Aqua Team Hunger Force. He's done
Mm-hmm.
music on that and stuff. And my friend Cameron was super jealous because he loves that guy, so he was like, "Damn it."
Mm-hmm.
And then Twerp, and then NSP.
Yeah. Yeah, lovely.
NSP was just really good. They even did an encore.
Ooh, yeah. Well,
Oh, and
They
what
did.
song was that?
It was the Twerp and NSP like song they did together.
oh yeah,
That they did.
the
Is that like a very famous song of theirs?
It's
uh
pretty good.
was it called the hit or is it the No Pants song? Because they have two of those.
They did. They played both of them.
Oh, okay. They played the hit with us. Yeah, it is called the hit. But yeah, I love the animation video of that one. By the way.
Yeah, they played the animated video as they were doing it.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened to you guys?
Well, oh, so at work the other day,
Mhm.
uh, this guy. So I work at a truck stop, and like sometimes I clean showers, sometimes I refill the ice, and sometimes I like do stock the cooler, and other times I pump gas. I've been
Mhm.
pumping gas
You
a lot this
have
week.
wait, wait. Is this is a gas station?
It's a truck stop.
Ah, oh,
Go on,
Uh,
Cloud.
I've been reading,
which is
I've been listening to a lot of the. I've been, yeah, I've been what fuck. During the time between last week and this week, I've more or less both caught up on and more or less re-listened to the entirety of Tales from the Gas Station.
Ah,
nice.
okay.
So
Yeah,
I'm.
But Ben, let Cloud
but
talk.
yeah, it's a it's pretty much a big gas station.
Mhm.
Uh, but like, so this guy comes in, and the usual is like when people pay me is usually like $20.
Mhm.
Sometimes I get like 50, 30, 40, 100, stuff like that. But like this guy hands me a 20 and says filled up with regular $20. I'm like, okay, I go to put the money in. I go to and I fill him up. And then after he's done, I put it away and go, "Hey man, you're good to go." And he's like, "Can I get my change?" I'm like, "No, you used the whole 20." And then he goes, "No, I gave you a 50."
Oh, that
And I'm
kind of
like,
guy.
"No, no, you didn't." Like, there's no way you did. And then he's like, "Yeah, I did." And I'm like, "Okay, let me go check, sir." And I did, and I did not give him a 50. He did
Mhm.
not give me a 50. He gave me a 20. And uh, and he starts getting upset with me, and I go, and he thinks the other guy working with me is my like manager, and I go,
Mhm.
no, my manager's inside. I tell him his name, and go talk to him if you want. And he goes and ignores me, goes talk to the other guy,
Mhm.
and like tells he accuses my glasses of not working because he said
Yeah.
he gave me a 50, and I'm like, no, you didn't. And then so my manager comes out and tells me, "Hey, like, you just go keep doing files, we'll deal with this."
Yeah.
And he like makes them review the tape, makes them count the money, makes them do all that, and and just to get the guy to leave, basically they gave him his non-existent refund.
Oh,
Mhm.
Uh,
those guys are
What?
the
Wait, so he
worst.
which
more or less earned $30 from that?
Yeah.
yeah, pretty one. Like
Oh fuck!
in my professional opinion,
Americans!
No, this is not
I would
American. This
personally.
is just a jackass. They appear everywhere on the world.
American jackass. They are especially common in America.
No,
But
they're
like,
Why?
not.
what I would have done, and I've talked to other people about it too, and they agree, would be like, "Hey, sir, so you gave him a 20, you did not give him a 50, and if you keep in because of this and the commotion you've made, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Yeah, I would have
And
done
if
the
you do not
same.
leave, there's no way he gave me a 50. Like I've thought about it, and I was thinking about it like the whole night. I'm like, there's no way.
No, it.
Because I thought it was a 20 and I put it where the 20s go. So I would have lifted it up because like to go 50, I would remember because you have to lift up the till and put it under the till instead of
Mm-hmm.
you don't have a slot for it. So I would remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like,
there are jackasses on
and I
this
would,
world, really.
and yeah, and like the reason why I don't agree with the way they handled it is because he's just gonna do it again, either to us or to somebody else
Yes.
because he won.
Yeah, that is how they actually make their money. They're just gonna bother people and screaming in their faces until someone gives them money. It is a sort of profession that nobody likes. But
Like
yeah.
so that was not cool.
No, it's
Um,
not cool.
I don't working at a gas station is weird because like people get annoyed at you when like sometimes they'll like hand me their card and say fill and I'll have to be like, oh, with what? And it'll get up like be like, "Oh, with regular," and I'm just like, well, you have to tell me what you want. There's four different types of
Yeah.
gases over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Regular is the norm. Sometimes I hear that like 40 to 50 times a day, maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
And like, but still, like I have to ask and double check because I don't want to put the wrong gas in your car.
No.
Yeah, because that's gonna cost you a lot.
It,
Yeah.
yeah, it's good, and I will get insta fired if I do that.
Yeah. True. Well,
Diesel.
you can make your own tales of the gas station, but only tales of the
Yeah,
truck stop.
yeah.
Tales of the truck stop. Now that sounds like a good one.
People
Wait,
like
no,
get confused when I have to take money from them first. Because I guess there are some gas stations that let you fill it up and then pay, but that seems bad because you could just leave.
It's a common
You
thing
like
in the
Yeah,
Netherlands.
but mhm.
Like unless you have to they're unmanned, so they're like self-service gas station, then you have to
Yeah,
pay up front. But if there is someone with a shop or something, you pay afterwards, after you filled up.
it's weird to me
It's really
because
common
like
here in the Netherlands. Like I don't see
I
anything
get
else.
trust of people, man.
And you have to fill it
Because
up
you fill it
yourself
up
as well,
and
by the
then
way.
you could fill it up, you could hand it up, and then you could just go.
Yeah,
But I guess like there's nothing stopping you. But
it's
I
true.
guess
yeah. There's nothing stopping you, but why does it have to be something preventing you? Why don't
fair
you just
enough.
be a decent
But like,
person?
to be fair, there are like some people that
Plus,
like
if they use again, you have cameras. If they steal gas, you have their license plate number. You
usually,
have their credit
believe
card.
it or not, there are
What?
none usually. Like the one in mine is only in where the cash register is and nowhere else. So
Shh!
it's
Don't tell
not hard.
people. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
No, but I
Oh, but
think yeah.
but like I'm not saying anyone should steal gas because that's bad and
Mhm.
just pay for your gas, man. But
Yes.
I understand people. I understand the temptation because some people pay like over $100 in gas.
Oh dear.
Like I've seen it because like those big trucks,
Yeah.
especially, are over $100 to fill it up. And
Oh
so
god.
I've had people you can only spend 150 on Visa for gas and 100 for Mastercard. So I've seen people have to re-enter their card because they need more.
Good lord. Okay.
RVs, who God, I don't even want to think about how much RVs spend.
No. No, I cannot imagine.
Well,
Ah, okay. Oh,
so like
lovely. I think we should gather more tales of the truck stop, Cloud. It's actually very
yeah,
interesting.
Mhm.
yeah, I got stories. I got things to say about
Yeah. We have only 5 minutes,
a truck
so
stop.
yeah, so we only have 5 more minutes, so
Ui,
maybe
ui, 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 ui,
yeah.
ui, 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 ui.
Whatever.
I thought Ben wanted to say something, yeah.
Yes. Just like, wait. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just like.
That's
Oh
okay.
God, I'm trying to sound like a Murloc, but it's not just going through. Just.
And did you want to say something or not?
Yeah. I want to say something. This one thing. I don't think it's gonna go through. Really, it may not pan out, but like I can't remember if it was yesterday or either yesterday. But it was that I started to write something my own little creepy pasta stuff.
Ooh.
Nice.
And
Well, yeah, and yeah, what?
That's awesome.
yeah, that's awesome. And so, is it like, are you now really into writing right now, or is it
Well,
like I only have an
well,
idea?
the thing is that like my mind is always I'm quite an imaginative and creative person,
Mm-hmm.
and I always like come up with a lot of stuff in my head, and like for once I was like, oh fuck this, I'm not just gonna let this great idea that I just came up with go to waste. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
put this on paper,
Yes.
Nice.
and it's
Alright,
just
well,
gonna go from there. It's just,
I gotta go, so I want to thank everybody for coming to this podcast and for being a part of it. Ben, I
Yes.
really hope your story pans out. And Barbs, I'm happy you got to go see NSP. That's super awesome.
Yes.
As always, we have a YouTube channel. We have a Twitter at Cloudwork_Alex, and we Barb's has a Twitter at Mama Work.
Mm-hmm.
So feel free to follow any of those. And Benjamin has an Instagram at Zeph Struggles, and it's just
snuffy
lots of pictures.
struggles.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Yeah, lots of
pictures of Ben. So,
Yes.
the pretty boy, yes, of the
all right,
baby boy.
everyone have a good day, and we'll see you next time.
Yes. Goodbye, Cloud. Thank you for being here.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time. See you next week on another lovely stream. We have another comic next week as well. So hopefully you'll be there.
More news.
Or more news and more general talk as well. Maybe even a creepypasta idea. Okay. So see you all next week.
Yeah.
So bye bye, darlings.
Bye.